You just killed him, the final Act 3 cruel Endboss, so a second time. And now it's time to enter the endgame, but you're lost and you don't know what to do. Step 1. You end up exactly here, Ziggurat Refuge Past. Walk up from the waypoint to the map device. This is now your playfield. You can click on any node, it tells you what it is, a fortress map, and then you put a tier 1 map in and you could straight away begin playing through it. Monster level will be 65. It always shows you which monster level it is. And keep in mind, the bigger the difference between you and the monster level, the less XP you're going to get. Right now, this would give me maybe 1% XP, if even. The way to beat a map is quite simple. You have to find the rare opponents and kill them. And if you killed all of the ones available on the map, it will say map completed. Don't worry if you can't find all of them. As you keep killing things on the map, at some point they'll be revealed and you can just run to them, kill them, finish the map, and keep progressing. Now, there are 2 goals to fulfill in the beginning. First, you want to unlock a hideout, marked by this hideout symbol on top. Because if you have a hideout, if you played that map and beaten that map, from now on the right side here, you can just travel to your hideout. And you can pretty much set this up however you want. You can move the waypoint to any location, you can move the relic locker to any location you wish to. Everything is fully interchangeable to set it up a way that allows for the best gameplay flow in your case. And then from here on out, you can keep mapping. The second goal would be identifying the Burning Monolith in the beginning. This Burning Monolith you travel to as soon as you have it unlocked. You'll walk into it, you'll interact with the pillar in the middle, you'll all the way walk up to the gate and notice you need something. You're like, this is pretty much where your journey would end. Insert the 3 Chrysid fragments to gain access to the monolith. And then your final quest pops up. Travel to the Iron Citadel, travel to the Copper Citadel, travel to the Stone Citadel. These you'll have to find. And they could be anywhere. We've put some hours in, not thousands, hundreds, 500s of hours, but some discovered stuff, but we haven't found it yet. We are on the lookout though. The second quest you're getting is called the Cataclysm's Wake. You have to complete certain tiers of map, tier 1+, 2+, 3+, 4+, 5+, and finish them at Doryiana. He gives you Atlas skill tree points, and these Atlas skill tree points will enhance your whole endgame experience. The most important things you want to get is increase the quantity of waystone found in your maps, and also increase the tier of waystones found on your map. Because in order to keep mapping, you need to keep finding waystones in your maps. Now, this one does not have any modifier. This is a normal white one that can be upgraded. I can put an Orb of Transmutation on. That is more gold found in the area. And then an Orb of Augmentation. That is 75% more waystone drop chance. That's amazing already, but it's not the end how it could look, since you can keep increasing the rarity with a Regal Orb to turn them then into a rare item. And then with Exalted, even more. That's 170%. That's 250% waystone drop chance. Now keep in mind that you don't want to do this too often sometimes. This is already an interesting one. We got Burning Ground and Feeble on me. Monsters gain maximum life as extra energy shield. I guess I'm fine. I don't want to do more. It's 250% waystone drop chance. We're good. Now slot it in and blast through it and hope that you're dropping more waystones to keep mapping. The problem is that the waystones that are dropping could be anything. There could be a tier 5 dropping out of a tier 2 or out of a tier 14. Yes, a tier 14 could drop just a tier 2 map. And that's why we have the Atlas skill tree to increase the tier of waystones found, to increase the quantity of waystones found further, that you truly have a better chance to get something to keep you mapping higher and give you higher level opponents to level up further. And the trick to guarantee good map drops is taking your highest tier map, like my tier 14 map, and doing something with a boss on it. This one here would now be one that has a boss opponent. That boss can drop up to 3 new maps. And if I do a tier 14, they're all going to be tier 14, 15, sometimes lower, but most of the time they have been the same tier or higher. Now, generally speaking, there are a bunch of symbols on maps. For example, this one would be monsters are a level higher. This map is irradiated. We'll get to that in a second. And you get the hand symbol for a monster breach. You could have the rituals going on, just like with the King of the Mists. Keep in mind with these things that if you die on a map, if I go into this map, into the Abyss, and I die in the first 2 minutes, I can still do the map afterwards just that the ritual will be gone. It won't be a ritual map anymore. It won't be a breach map anymore. Yeah, it's just gonna be a stinker. And if you die from level 70 onwards, you'll also lose 10% XP for every time you die. Which means your number one priority in the endgame is getting the right amount of elemental resistances and defense to at least have that already covered. Being at 72, 76, 76 to just say, okay, elemental hazards won't just straight away take me out. And boost your chaos resistance up, because that is more common than ever in the mapping stage. And chaos resistance is truly what will tear you apart. Now, as you keep playing through the maps, you'll drop these tablets. They're called precursor tablets. And they're a funny mechanic. The precursor tablets can only be magically upgraded. So you take an orb of transmutation, can make a white one into a magic one, and then give it another multiplier. And these precursor tablets will be slotted into the towers to boost up maps around them. I've already done it. For example, this monster level +1 that I talked about on the savannah, that is due to my precursor tablet. I can go on this lost tower now and I can put this one in. It would say that 6 maps in range are irradiated, so monster level +1, then they drop increased gold, and they also have quantity of waystones found in the area. Amazing. Same goes here. This is a breach tablet. It says 9 maps in range contain breaches. There is more magic monsters on the map, and your map which contain breaches have a chance to contain 3 additional breaches. That's amazing. I can give all these maps breaches now. And the interesting part is, if you have towers next to each other, they can overlap. So I can now irradiate the maps around this area, and then I can also make, with the other tower on the side, with this tower, I can add breaches. And the breach could be added on the same map that was already irradiated. Which means you kind of want to find these areas that have multiple towers overlapping very close to each other, and then use your precursor tablets to get maps multiple updated to have some super cool areas with many bonuses going on. Just don't die on them, okay? Another thing in the endgame is you'll finally be dropping tons of tokens. I'm talking about the Djinn and also the inscribed ultimatum. And these are also going to be the one that give you the 3rd ascendancy, which would be the number of trials 3, and your 4th ascendancy, number of trials 4. So you can finally claim your next ascendancy points. Do keep in mind that there's ample reason to keep doing the inscribed ultimatums, because in the Temple of Chaos, you'll be dropping these soul cores. Mine are giving me right now 14% chaos resistance bonus, and that is almost the only chaos resistance I have right now. And these soul cores are amazing. We have the chaos resistance one, we can get charm charges, maximum mana, maximum life, elemental resistance, lightning resistance, maximum fire, rarity of items found. They can have everything. And if you, well, don't want to keep doing it to find it, you do have the currency exchange where you could get the chaos resistance one, for example, for Exalted. That's okay, or you could probably trade it for 60 regals. That's a little bit different. You get the drift though. You can either farm for it or you can exchange for them. And that would be it on the surface level of the endgame. Do the towers, upgrade your maps, do the maps, level up, get higher level, put in more skill points, do your ascendancy to finish your character, get better loot, especially finally expert loot, that you're able to get the highest level of loot, and try to find the iron, copper, and stone citadels. Now there's even more to it regarding the realm gate and also the reliquary vault on the other side. The realm gate, for example, is the breach boss, and you get the materials to summon him by doing more breaches. So you even have a reason to do these things to get more bosses to kill. But that is pretty much for the further endgame. This would be the gameplay loop that you're enjoying in the endgame, if you then do enjoy that in the endgame. And that's now on you. Tell me in the comments below. Are you interested? Is this something you want to do? Or would you rather start a new character to get to this point? I mostly stop at the 3rd ascendancy right now to just then start making a new character, because it's really fun making new characters. Hope this video helped you if you're looking for a great warrior starter or probably the best Pathfinder in existence. Enjoy and have a fantastic good time.